Hey guys, welcome back. Today is day 6 and welcome to the 6th topic. Today I'm going to talk about the 6th topic, and I'm sure you must have seen my thumbnail, so you all know what I'm going to talk about today. Before that, guys, I'm your communications coach and a soft skill trainer by profession, and I'm here to solve all your communications problem, and I'm going to help you out to speak in English fluently and confidently. So guys, we all have this thing when we start learning English, we all have this thing in mind, which in every of my sessions when I approach candidates or when I go and take the sessions, they all come up with this thing like, if we have to learn English, how much grammar is important. Or the other thing is, what they say is like, we are scared of learning grammar, so that is why we are not able to learn English. Okay, or we are scared of grammar so much that when we think of speaking in English or starting to learn to speak in English, we just give up that thought because we think like we have to study grammar first. So we are very confused whether we should study grammar first and then start speaking, or if it is okay if we don't learn grammar and then also we are able to speak English. Okay, so these are the questions which always come to me, in every of my sessions. Some or the other person asks me this. And I guess, it's very important to, discuss this topic. So today I'm going to talk about, and I'm very excited about this topic because I have simplified this topic in a very organized manner. Today I'm going to talk about, is it possible to speak in English without studying grammar or without knowing grammar? Well guys, the answer is a yes and a no. Coming to the yes part first. What we do is we make sentences, right? Whether we are a beginner or in an advanced level, we all speak, we all make sentences, and we are equally efficient in our jobs, right? We try to, if our English is broken also, if words don't come to our minds, or if we go blank, but still in our heads or while writing, we can at least manage to make sentences, right? So guys, when you're able to make sentence without studying grammar, which means that you can speak in English, right? You can write and you can speak in English, you can make sentences without knowing grammar. True? So, we make sentences every day without referring to or studying grammar every day, right? Or we don't study grammar first and then start making sentences, what the rules we have learned, right? So we don't do this. Every single day we try to come up with some of the other sentence, we try to come up with some practice sessions, which is all without learning grammar, right? So definitely you can learn to speak English without grammar, the basic English. Okay, and I'll tell you one more thing. So English is not something which is new for us. We have learned it in schools, right? So the basic sentence construction we know, right? That is why we are able to make sentences. It's just that we don't know 100% grammar or everything, we don't remember every single rule of grammar, which is very difficult for any person to remember. And trust me guys, 90% of people don't speak 100% grammatically correct English. 90 or 99% I can say doesn't speak English which is 100% grammatically correct. Okay, so don't worry, whatever you know, you can always start speaking with that little knowledge and you will definitely learn to speak English. And you will not go wrong anywhere. I am giving you that promise. Now this was part which I said, why grammar is not required. Now coming to the next part. Now I said no also, like it is not possible for us to speak English without studying grammar. Now what does that mean? Okay, now I will simplify it for you. You will learn and understand grammar and you'll be able to make sentences out of it within no time. So I've just simplified it in 3 steps. The first step is we all as I said, we all make sentences knowingly or unknowingly that we know grammar, right? And we make good sentences, we make simple sentences, and we make good sentences which make sense, right? And it is grammatically correct also. Okay, so when we make sentences, which means we know where which word should be put where, right? Which also means that we know how to construct a sentence, right? Where noun should be, where verb should be, where object should be, where adjectives should be, where adverbs should be. We know how to put things, right? For example, if I say I am going for swimming, okay, or I go to office. Okay, so this is a very basic sentence which we all use. Or I want to sleep. Okay, or I am cooking, I am resting, I am enjoying. So these all things we make sentences, right? We know what things are where. Now, what all things in grammar are important for us to make sentences? Okay, or which is there in the sentence structure. Coming to the second point is parts of speech. Okay, so we are going to learn parts of speech in a very simple and very effective manner. Okay, so the first important thing which a sentence has is parts of speech. Now we all know there are 8 parts of speech, right? There are 4 main parts of speech, and I'm going to discuss the other 4 later, and I'll tell you why I'm telling you that it is 4 parts of speech are main parts of speech. One more thing I would like to mention here is whenever we take a word and we start making sentences, it's just that, you know, we are using grammar and vocabulary together. It's like if there is a word and we are making it in a sentence, the sentence has the grammar in it. So we are using vocabulary and grammar together, or when we are making a sentence, we are using vocabulary there, like we are using new words there. We are taking a word and we are making sentences. So it goes hand in hand and it is interrelated. So whenever you pick up a word, whenever you are improving your vocabulary or learning new words, of course you are making sentences out of it, which means you are practicing grammar also with the sentence. Now, how to practice it correctly, which is I am going to deal with today. So as I mentioned, parts of speech. So there are 4 main parts of speech which I am going to tell you right now. The first is noun. For example, Mary, Ram, pencil, pen, wall, New Delhi, So name, place, animal, thing, these things are nouns. Next one is verb. Verbs are doing words or action words like play, cook, speak, draw, etc. Then comes adjective, which is sad, beautiful, healthy, smart, etc. Then comes the adverb. Okay, adverbs are like really, beautifully, sadly, well, very, so these are adverbs. So these are 4 main parts of speech which we use or we have to use every single day in our sentence construction. The other 4 are, which I am going to tell, pronouns, which is he, him, her. Then comes the prepositions, of, from, on. Then comes the conjunctions, which are linking words, or, and. Then comes the last one is interjections, which is complete in itself and which shows expressions like wow, yeah, ouch, oops. These are conjunctions. Coming to the 4 main parts of speech, I'm going to give you an example and tell you how the sentences can be made from these, parts of speech. Now, if you take a verb, okay, for example, verbs. Verbs are action verbs which describes an action or doing verbs, right? So, for example, if we take a sentence, the teacher teaches. Here, what the teacher is doing? She is teaching, okay, or teaches. So, teaches is a verb here, okay. Now, coming to the adjective, adjectives describe nouns. Now we have to add something before the noun. The noun here is teacher. Okay, so we can say the polite teacher teaches, or the good teacher teaches, or the smart teacher teaches. Now adverbs. Adverbs describe the verb. Now what is the verb here? In the teacher teaches, teaches is the verb. Now we have to add some word which describes the verb, which is teaches. Okay, so the good teacher teaches efficiently. So you're understanding the difference, right? The verb, the adjective and the adverb, how we have used in a sentence, right? Now this is the main part of grammar which you have to use in making sentences or learning English. Okay, you have to use verbs, adjectives and adverbs, and you have to play with all these things, and you have to make your sentences complex. Okay, you can increase the difficulty level. I'll tell you how you can increase the difficulty level now. Now we can add another adverb to define the adverb. Okay, now here efficiently we have used as an adverb. Now we have to add another adverb which describes this adverb or defines this adverb. So what sentence we can make here is, the very good teacher teaches very efficiently. Sentence, the very good teacher teaches very efficiently. We have teaches as a verb, good is an adjective, teacher is a noun, efficiently is an adverb, and to that we have added very, which is another adverb which defines the adverb or which describes the adverb, right? Like it is very efficient. The teacher is very efficient, so she teaches very efficiently. Okay, so this is how the sentences are constructed. And trust me guys, it's very simple and very easy if you remember these small things. Okay, so in short, you have to learn new nouns, new verbs, new adverbs and new adjectives, and you have to use all these things in your sentences. So by improving your vocabulary, which is improving on your collecting new words on nouns, adverbs, adjectives and verbs, you are improving your grammar. Coming to the third step is learn tenses. Yes, so first what we have done is we have to collect vocabulary, and we have to start making sentences and understand the sentence construction. Okay, how it is constructed, or what all parts of speech we use in constructing the sentences. Okay, and then the second thing is what all parts of speech we need to focus on. There were four main parts of speech, out of which we made sentences. So we have to focus on those four parts of speech, okay, to make sentences. Coming to the third one is tenses. We have to know the tenses as well. Now there are three main tenses, which is present, past and future. And all tenses have four parts: simple, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. So if we add all, we have 12 tenses in all. So overall we have 12 tenses. Now let's make sentences out of all these 12. Okay, now coming to the first one is present simple. I go to office. This is present simple. Past simple is I went to office, which is the action which we have done in the past. Okay. The future simple is I will go to the office. So I'm going to do this later. Okay, so this is future tense. Coming to the present continuous, I am going to office. Okay, so I am doing an action, or I am doing a thing, right? So I am going to office, which is present continuous. Past continuous is I was going to office. Okay, this is happened in the past. Future continuous is I will be going to the office. Okay, So this action is also going to take place in future and it is happening. Then comes the present perfect. I have visited my friend. Okay, this is present perfect, that I have done that action. Okay, the task is complete. Past perfect. I had visited my friend. Okay. Future perfect is I will have visited my friend. This is future perfect. I will have visited my friend. Now present perfect continuous. I have been visiting my friend. Okay, so this is present perfect continuous. The action is in present, it is going on, which is continuous, and it is complete also. It is completing every single day. So I have been visiting my friend. Okay. Past perfect continuous. I had been visiting my friend. Okay. Future perfect continuous. I will have been visiting my friend. Okay. So this is how you make sentences out of the 12 tenses. So just to simplify it, I gave an example to you so that you understand and start making sentences out of these tenses. Okay, once you practice more and more, you will get more and more clarity. It's very simple, guys. It is no rocket science, and you are doing that. And it's just that, just to perfect yourself, it requires a little bit of practice. So please start practicing. It is going to help you a lot. You will not need anybody to correct you now. Okay, should we learn all these 12 tenses, or is it that if we can learn some and then it will work for us? Yes, I would suggest we can learn only essential forms of the tenses, only the simple forms of the tenses. Learn only the essential tenses, which is present, past and future, with the simple forms. Okay, so simple present, simple past, simple future. I'll tell you how. But you have to make many sentences. Okay, you have to make simple sentences but many sentences so that you get into the practice. Okay, so just make sentences out of the 3 tenses and simple forms of it, right? Simple present, simple past and simple future. Now I'm going to give you an example of past, present simple. The gardener waters the plant. Okay, this is present simple. What is the gardener doing? He is watering the plant, or he waters the plant. What does he do? He waters the plant. Okay, so this is simple present. Now past simple. Yesterday the gardener watered the plant. Okay, so yesterday the gardener watered the plant. This is past simple. Now coming to the future simple. Tomorrow the gardener will water the plant. Okay, so this is future. Now try to add adverbs and adjectives to these simple sentences. Okay, what this will do, this will make the sentences longer, and we'll be able to make longer and bigger sentences also. So we'll add some parts of speech, which is adverbs and adjectives. Let's try. So in the present simple, we can add the good gardener waters the plant. Now we have added good to gardener, which is an adjective. Okay. Now past simple. Yesterday the good gardener watered the plant. Okay. Future simple. Tomorrow the good gardener will water the plant. Now let's add the adverbs. Present simple. The good gardener waters the plant efficiently. Past simple. Yesterday the good gardener watered the plant efficiently. Future simple. Tomorrow the good gardener will water the plant. Here we have used, in future simple, we have only used verb and we have not used adverbs. So you can just try to mix any and just try to make sentences out of it. So what you have to do is you have to mix all the parts of speech and combine it with the tenses so that you can start making sentences and even longer sentences. Okay, out of it. Now let's take continuous tense. Okay, which is present continuous, past continuous and future continuous. The present continuous, the gardener is watering the plant. Okay, past continuous, the gardener was watering the plant. Future continuous will be, the gardener will be watering the plant. Okay, so this is how it is: present continuous, past continuous and future continuous. Now let's add adjectives to these sentences. Okay, the innocent gardener is watering the plant. Okay, the innocent, which is present continuous. Past continuous, we can say the innocent gardener was watering the plant, and for future continuous we can say the innocent gardener will be watering the plant. Now if we can add adverbs to these. Okay, the innocent gardener is watering the plant efficiently. Okay, now past continuous, the innocent gardener was watering the plant nicely. For the future continuous, we can say the talented gardener will be watering the plant. Okay, so this in future continuous we have just used the adjective, not the adverb. So this is how we make sentences out of it. It's just an example, guys. You can just take these examples as samples and you can just start making sentences out of it. Okay, now what you can do is, now you know how to make sentences with simple and continuous, right? Okay, accordingly you can start making sentences with perfect and perfect continuous as well. That is your task. Okay, do it please honestly and sincerely. Try mixing all the 6 tenses and start making sentences out of it. And I'm going to tell you how you can come up with a short story or a paragraph as well. Okay, so whatever I have given the example, I'm going to take that example and I'll come up with a small paragraph. Okay, and you can also do the same. So the paragraph goes, Ram is a gardener. He waters the plant. Yesterday, he was watering the plants at the park. He was watering the plants at the park yesterday. Okay, now let's add some adverbs and adjectives to the sentence. Ram is a sincere gardener. He waters the plant efficiently. Yesterday, he was watering the plant at the park. He watered the plant nicely at the park yesterday. Okay, so this is how we came up with a paragraph as well. So you have to start utilizing this and doing this. So these are the only parts of grammar which is required, guys, and it's very simple. I have explained the tenses to you. I have explained the parts of speech to you which is essential or required for making a sentence. Okay, please follow these rules and please follow these simple steps. It will be very easy for you to understand grammar and understand English and to speak English grammatically in a grammatically correct way. There are other grammatical rules also, of course, but it's just that I wanted to simplify everything. I wanted you to understand what is important right now when you are learning to speak English. Of course, to master English and later on in advanced stages, of course, you will need more of grammatical rules which are there so that you can come up with more correct and perfect sentences. So then later on you can learn other things as well. Okay, but right now these are the main things which are required, and these are the things which are required for spoken English basically. Okay, so that is why I have focused on this and I wanted you to learn grammar in this way so that it doesn't become a headache for you, or it doesn't become something, you have to study. You just don't have to study. You have to just remember how it is. Okay, what is present simple, what is present past simple, what is future simple, and continuous and perfect continuous. That's all you have to remember. And the parts of speech, how it is used, where it is used, and what it means. Okay, so please remember these rules. It is really going to help you a lot. Thank you for your time. See you. Bye-bye. And subscribe my channel as well.